What happens when the truth isn't just revealed, but cornered with no escape? The moment Judge Lauren mentioned social media, Olivia stopped breathing normally. It was subtle, but visible. Her shoulders lifted slightly, her fingers tightened, and for the first time since the case began, she didn't interrupt, she didn't argue, she waited. And that silence, it said everything. Judge Lauren picked up a document and glanced at it briefly, then looked straight at Olivia. 3 weeks ago, she began calmly. You were in Henderson, Nevada. Olivia shook her head immediately. No, that's not true. I haven't traveled recently. I can't. Judge Lauren raised her hand, and just like that, Olivia stopped talking. Let me finish, she said. The courtroom was completely still now. No whispers. No movement. Just anticipation. 3 weeks ago, Judge Lauren repeated, you posted multiple photos from a shooting range. Olivia's lips parted slightly, but no words came out. Those images, Judge Lauren continued, show you holding a handgun, aiming and hitting targets with accuracy. A pause. Very precise accuracy. The silence that followed was suffocating. Olivia's mind was racing now. You could see it, the small movements, the tension in her jaw, the way her grip on the cane shifted. She needed an explanation, fast. That's not. Those pictures are old, she said quickly. They must have been posted automatically. I told you I used to schedule posts. Her voice was faster now, less controlled, more urgent. Judge Lauren didn't even blink. The metadata on those images says otherwise, she replied calmly. Olivia froze. The timestamps confirm they were taken 3 weeks ago. The location data places you in Nevada. And your credit card records show a transaction at that same shooting range. Another pause. Longer this time. You were there. The words didn't need to be loud because they were final. Olivia swallowed, hard. Her performance, it was slipping fast. I don't remember that, she said weakly. Maybe someone used my account. Maybe Mrs. Whitmore. Judge Lauren interrupted, her voice sharper now. You were physically present. The evidence is not unclear. Olivia's breathing became uneven. Her confidence? Gone. But instead of backing down, she pushed harder. You don't understand medical conditions, she snapped suddenly. You don't understand what I'm going through. Just because I can do some things doesn't mean I'm not blind. There it was, the shift complete, the calm victim. Gone, now replaced with anger, frustration, desperation. The courtroom went silent again because everyone felt it. She was losing control, and then she made the mistake. Maybe if you actually understood disability law, she continued, her tone sharp, instead of just sitting there as a TV judge, you'd realize that blind people can still function. The words hung in the air, heavy. Dangerous, because in that moment, Olivia didn't just defend herself. She challenged the judge. And in this courtroom, that was the worst move she could have made. Judge didn't react immediately. She didn't raise her voice, didn't interrupt. She just looked at her, and that look was colder than anything said so far. When she finally spoke, her voice was calm, but it carried weight. Mrs. Whitmore, she said slowly, you just made a very serious mistake. Olivia's face tightened, but she said nothing, because now, even she realized it. The line had been crossed. Judge Lauren leaned forward slightly, her tone steady, controlled, final. But before I make my ruling, a pause. I want to conduct one last test. The words sent a ripple through the room because by now, everyone knew. This wasn't going to be a normal test. This was something else, something decisive. Olivia's grip on the cane tightened again. What kind of test? She asked, her voice lower now, careful, uncertain. Judge Judy didn't answer immediately. Instead, she turned her head slightly toward the courtroom doors and said one sentence that changed everything. Bailiff, bring in our guest. The doors opened, slowly, and what walked in next was something Olivia never expected. Not evidence, not a witness, something alive. A golden retriever stepped into the courtroom, calm focused, wearing a service vest. Moving with quiet confidence, the room shifted instantly. Confusion, curiosity, anticipation. But Olivia reacted differently. Her body stiffened, her head turned just slightly. But enough, because even though she claimed she couldn't see, she had just tracked movement without thinking. Judge noticed. Of course she did. "Let me introduce Bailey," she said calmly. "A trained service dog used to assist individuals with visual impairments." The handler walked Bailey forward, step by step. And with every step, Olivia became more tense, her breathing shallow, her posture rigid. Something wasn't right. And everyone could feel it, Judge Lauren continued. "Mrs. Whitmore, since you claim to be unable to navigate without assistance, Bailey is going to help you." Olivia reacted immediately. Too quickly. "I don't need a dog," she said. "I have my cane." Her voice had an edge now, almost defensive. Judge smiled slightly, but there was no warmth in it. "Humor me," she replied, a pause. "It's standard procedure." Olivia didn't respond, because now she understood. This wasn't help. This was a setup. The handler guided Bailey closer, closer. And Olivia? She leaned back. Instinctively trying to create distance, trying not to react, but failing. Judge Lauren's eyes narrowed. "Mrs. Whitmore," she said, "Bailey is approaching from your right side." A pause. "You shouldn't know that." The room froze. Olivia swallowed. "I can sense it," she said quickly. "Blind people develop stronger senses." Judge raised an eyebrow, sensing direction in a silent courtroom. Another pause. Impressive. But her tone made it clear she didn't believe it. Not for a second. Bailey stopped directly in front of Olivia, sitting calmly, bereaking her path, still silent, waiting. Judge Lauren spoke again. "Now," she said, "walk toward my bench." Olivia hesitated just for a moment, but it was enough, because that hesitation was fear. Real fear, not performance, not acting. Fear of being exposed. But she had no choice. She stepped forward slowly, cane extended, moving carefully. The room watched, every eye locked on her, every second stretched, and then it happened. As Olivia approached Bailey, she adjusted her path smoothly, naturally, without using the cane, without contact. She simply walked around the dog perfectly, like she could see exactly where Bailey was. The courtroom gasped, not loudly, but enough, because everyone saw it. That wasn't luck. That wasn't instinct. That was awareness, visual awareness. Judge Judy didn't hesitate. "How did you do that?" she asked sharply. Olivia froze mid-step. I heard her," she said quickly. "I sensed her presence, but her voice, it was breaking, because she knew that answer wasn't enough, not anymore." Judge Lauren leaned forward, her voice colder now. "Your cane never touched her." A pause. "You changed direction before you reached her." Another pause. "You avoided her completely." Silence, heavy, unavoidable. And then Judge Lauren said something that sent chills through the entire room. "You're not blind, Mrs. Whitmore." Olivia didn't respond. She couldn't, because deep down she knew it was over. But Judge Lauren wasn't finished yet, not even close. "Bailiff," she said calmly, "bring me the item from my chambers." The bailiff nodded and stepped out. Olivia stood frozen, her mind racing, her breathing uneven, her control gone. And when the bailiff returned, holding something small, something bright, something simple, no one realized yet that this one object was about to destroy everything.